Hello everybody, it's Nurse K. I'd like to welcome you to my channel. If this is your first time visiting my channel, be sure to subscribe, like this video, and share this video with all your nursing friends, buddies, or whoever you feel fit to see this video. Okay, if this is not your first time with the Nurse K, welcome back. I know it's been a minute since we last chatted. To keep it quite honest with y'all, 2020 has whooped my behind, but we're not even gonna get into all that because that's neither here nor there, because I'm right here and I'm back with the new content. So in this video I have 13 tips and pieces of advice for the new grad RN. This video will be perfect for anyone still in nursing school, anyone who's just graduated from nursing school, anyone who is getting ready to start their time on the floor, or even the nurse who's been on the floor for 6 months to a year, still in that novice status. So let's get into it. Tip number one, and this is something that I really do not play about when I'm out there on the floor practicing. Never ever allow your patients to verbally or physically abuse you. It's just totally unacceptable, and you have to make sure that you set your boundaries early on in your shift or when conflict arises. Don't let your patients catcall you or make sexually inappropriate reference to you. Shut it down immediately. Please be sure to reach out to your public safety and or security department and file a complaint if it's really that serious. Too many times nurses are scarred physically or emotionally or mentally due to these patient situations that get really hectic. Your safety is number one. Tip number two, make sure you document everything. If you didn't document it, it didn't happen. Tip number three, please be sure to speak up if you and your preceptor are not meshing well. This is your learning experience. That orientation period is very crucial, and it sets the tone for the way you're going to practice when you're off orientation. Tip number four, please be sure to ask questions. Be annoying. It's okay. You're still learning. You're not going to know everything on the first day. In the first couple months, you're not going to know literally everything. Nursing is literally a profession where you learn new things literally every shift. Tip number five, please do not let a seasoned nurse make you feel like you are less than. You earned your spot in the professional nursing world, period. Tip number six, be sure to jot down notes, logins, passwords, little things that you learn from day to day in a little notebook or something, so you can always use it as a point of reference. Tip number seven, please be sure to read up on your patients either before your shift or at the beginning of your shift. I'm talking past medical history, labs, vital signs, imaging, plans of care, so forth and so on, just so you can know what's going on with the patient. If something emergent happens, or if a family is calling you for updates, you want to be able to give those people a good report, you know, or when you're handing off reports to the next nurse, you want to make sure that you know what you're talking about. You're talking facts. When you're giving verbal handoff report, you talk about a lot of those things, but it's always good to double check. Tip number 8, be sure to make at least one new nurse buddy. As a new nurse, it can be very overwhelming. I truly believe that new nurses should have at least one person on their level to vent to talk to debrief with. Tip number 9, although time management is very key, do not rush. Slow down. Be safe. Prioritization is key. Tip number 10, be sure to take your lunch break. Do not let anybody guilt trip you into not taking a lunch break. Like, sometimes you just need to walk off the floor and be alone for 30 minutes or 45 or however long your break is. Tip number 11, make sure that those scrubs fit. And make sure that they're not too tight, because literally you will have to be running down on your patients. And it's just as simple as that. You don't want to bust your pants while you chasing mom down the hallway. Tip number 12, there are times when you're not going to have a CNA or nursing assistant for your shift. There's no such thing as a CNA task. You are the nurse, and that is basic nursing care. And lastly, tip number 13, nursing is a 24-hour job. There are times when you're not going to be able to do everything on your to-do list in your shift. It's virtually impossible because you had an emergency, because you had something unexpected happen, like a code blue, you had a fall, you had this, you had that. Please be sure to respectfully communicate your unfinished tasks to the oncoming nurse. I hope that these 13 tips and pieces of advice will be helpful during your professional nursing journey. Again, please be sure to subscribe to my channel, share this video, and click the thumbs up at the bottom of the screen. Peace.